we've been programmed to pay off our mortgage. I almost ducked because a lot of people don't want to hear that, Robert.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to hear. We really, I believe we have an uphill battle telling folks borrow from your house. People just don't want to hear that. And I think fear is a big, big, big issue, especially in our community. And I'm going to go not only into fear of financial strategies, because we just don't understand stuff. And what we don't understand, what we fear, we don't fool with. And so we just go on and go on. And that's why that statistic that black people's net worth is $540 versus a white person, a white family, 118,000. We just don't fool with what we fear. And so that's why when you talk about ask, seek, and knock is so important. Driving up here, I see a house boarded up across the street. I get excited.
Yes, you did.
I was like, ooh, what a great neighborhood. Who owns that? I see the lot next door. I'm like, I wonder who owns that. There's gold in them damn hills. There is gold. You really literally can go and build. And I'm telling you, even if you don't have the money, do you know most of these big buildings we see around here, the developers don't use a dime of their money.
True.
Not one dime. They're joint venture it. The bank will say if you own the land, that's your equity. We'll give you the loan to build it. They'll get a partner. I'm telling you, all of these, and a lot of them are state-backed. A lot of them get money. Boy, that corporate welfare is real. So my sweet spot is 50 units and under. I work with municipalities. I work with individuals. I work with all my friends. Our parents are getting older. They're not moving back in the hood, but the white people are. Anybody ever been lately? I know this is mostly Broward. I'm a 305 girl, but anybody familiar with Overtown in Miami? You wouldn't recognize it. When you see a Starbucks and a little white girl walking a dog, neighborhood change. And it's happening everywhere now. Like James says, it's going to happen. You're not going to stop it. But there's good gentrification and there's not so good gentrification. And the not so good is when they price us out. When they just price us out and we got to move because we can't afford the taxes. And the good gentrification is when we say, not on my watch. I will not sell my land. I want to partner with you. And I want you to pledge at least so much will be affordable. So I'm really drilling down on this whole land stuff because I tell you, I don't have children, but I have 18 nieces and nephews. I've made 2 of them in their 20s buy duplexes on oversized lots, and we're now tearing them down to build 9 units. So all of them that'll listen, because y'all know half of them don't listen, but the ones that listen, they're going to be just fine because this is definitely a passion of mine. So I think a lot of it, like you talked about not having a mortgage, it's a different conversation, but seek out the information. Trust but verify.
And fear, y'all know fear is not of the Father. Anytime you fear, that's really missing the mark. When you fear, man, show me a person that fear, I show you a person don't have a good relationship with God. When you that fear is not of the Father. You got to be courageous, man, because you came from something that is limitless. You got to believe that, not just say it. You got to believe it in your heart, and you got to know anytime you trying to do good, the path and people will come on your path to help you.
Amen.
I'm telling you, I never had a time where I'm trying to do good and build that I didn't get help. Now, I didn't know starting off where the help was going to come from, but boy, they come out the walls. People come, hi, you meet them at the gas station, you just start talking. Like, man, I've been looking for you all my life. No, the invisible knows exactly. The Creator knows what you need, but you got to have the courage and do it. Now, time go by so fast, especially when we're doing our show. Now, listen, some of you all that want to listen to this show, it's recorded, it's on Facebook, okay? So if you go to tomorrow, next day, next month, next year, if you want to listen to this all over again, if you want to share it, I want you to go to Facebook or YouTube. You go to Facebook, it's on there now, and it's go to the, T-H-E, Henderson Financial Group Facebook page. Go to the, T-H, you got to put the, got to put T-H-E, because we're the Henderson Financial Group. Okay? Facebook page, and you can look at all of our recordings that we talk about wills and trusts, stocks, real estate, insurance. There's so much we talk about. Today, I want to touch on, give me a minute. I'm going to touch on a few subjects because I want to make, because time go by, man, because James, Linda, and I can talk all day. One of the things I want to give you an idea, since we're in the Medicare part right now, it's Medicare sign up right now. I'm going to give you a good point of view and give you a good visual. I speak a lot in metaphors. I like to give you a picture so you can understand, because a lot of times words get in the way. Anytime they want to confuse you, they use a lot of terminology. The legal field, a lot of terminology. You want to talk to the judge and then came up with some kind of continuance or something, you don't know what's going on. All you know, you're innocent, right? When the medical field, it's the same thing. Any kind of drug you taking, it seems like it's some, man, you can't even spell a drug because it's the terminology, you know? And the financial field is the same way. All of the fields that's so important to you, they use their own terminology and jargon so the average person don't understand and keep you blind to the truth. What we do at the Henderson Financial Group, we unveil all that. We break it down to you like a 6-year-old. We give you a visual because that's how we can see things. So today I'm going to talk about Medicare. I'm going to give you a visual so you can say, got it. This is how Medicare works. And then I want to give you a visual on what retirement, what's an annuity. And then I want to give you a visual on life insurance. A quick, okay? James? Amen?
Go ahead. Give it to, because that's what I want, particularly the people who are viewing us, they hear a lot of this all the time. But for the gentlemen that are here today, we want you to know that once we stop broadcasting, we want to go to a Q&A, because I want you to get a chance to glean from this gentleman that's here. You know, and I don't want anyone to feel embarrassed about anything. But, hey, for those who are listening, let me say to you, you're listening to the Henderson Financial Group. This is Understanding Money Part 2, and today we're doing a live broadcast from Boca Raton. It's the Florida East Coast Baptist Association Church Growth Conference. Ooh, and now you didn't hear conferences, but they're talking about growth. And I am just elated that we were invited, because I know this may be the first time, but I know it won't be the last time, because we need to continue to increase our level of awareness. And it does start with our thinking. So, Rob, please, Mike is yours. Go ahead, roll through all of them so that we can get that information, not just to these that are in our room in our presence today, but those that are viewing.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a metaphor. You know, I used to think I was strange for talking in metaphors until I read Matthew's in the Bible. That's one of my favorite chapters. Boy, that Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus was telling them exactly what heaven is, you know, and he was describing using the seas and fields. When I read that, that just talked to me like, that just resonated with me. Because that's how I see stuff. I see things in metaphors, pictures. And I learn a lot using metaphors and pictures. If the washer don't get you, the rinse will. You ever heard that? Now, see, metaphor, see, people don't understand what a metaphor is. I ain't talking about no Kenmore or no GE washer. I ain't talking about no washing machine. It's a metaphor. It's a meaning. If the washer don't get you, the rinse will. Boy, you got to wait that time, but boy, you going to get yours. That's what a metaphor is. That's what Jesus was talking about. When I was reading Matthew's, man, I said, oh, this is where they got the State of the Union from. This is where King got the whole state, the monument, and actually talking about, I got to talk to the people, because Jesus did that. In Matthew's, that's where it came from. He said, let me gather y'all, let me tell y'all what's going on, what is truth. That's where that came from. So I know when I was doing that, and I started reading the Bible, I said, I knew I wasn't crazy. So let's talk about metaphorically Medicare. Now, I'm into this now. I got a Medicare license. Antonio is a Medicare specialist in our office at the Henderson Financial Group. So you want to learn more after I finish giving you a synopsis and painting a picture for you about Medicare, call Antonio at 305 825 1444. Ask for Antonio Woodbury. Say Henderson told me to call you. I'm going to say it again. Area code is 305 825 1444. Ask for Antonio Woodbury. Antonio, okay? All right. So what is this whole thing called Medicare? I'm 64 years old. I can't wait next year until I be 65. Boy, I want to get them. Boy, see these glasses I'm wearing? When I get Medicare, I get $400 a year free on Medicare. You know what? Now, Medicare, where does it come from? Y'all young people don't understand it, but listening to this, I'm going to give them an idea of how it works. You know, if you work in America, you have a job, and you on payroll, and they take out taxes, you know, that gross and that net, part of them taxes that they take out, it's for state, it's for some of you, in Florida, we don't have state taxes, but other places you have to pay state taxes. But you gotta pay federal taxes, automatically come out of your pay. And then part of that, then federal taxes come out, and then you got Social Security come out, and you got Medicare. And what is Medicare? Medicare is every time you get paid and they give you the pay, they give you your money, a part of that went into a little bucket called Medicare and Social Security. So if you have worked for at least 10 years, you're going to get Social Security, you're going to get Medicare, okay? Now, 10 years out of your whole life, you don't have to, even if you worked 6 months this year and took off 2 years, and you was 21 years old, and you did another 6 months, and you took off, and you messed around, you went to jail, came back out, now you did another year. But totally, by the time you're 65, if you can put together 40 quarters, if you can put together 10 years, which they keep a record, because every employer got to keep a record of that, and they send it to the IRS. And they're taking money out of your check. That's why it's short, because it's for Medicare and Social Security. So when you get 65 years old, your insurance is basically paid for. Now, they're going to charge you something, $100, $150. That comes out of your Social Security check. But Medicare, see, in 2017, I was with Humana, me and my wife, and we had health insurance. And I used to pay $800 a month for me and my wife for health insurance. And then they went and took it to $1,700. I said, good God Almighty, $1,700 a month? And I'm in good shape. I don't even go to the hospital but once a year to get my checkup. And they still want $1,700 a month. And I'm a licensed insurance agent. They said, we don't care. $1,700 a month. I said, my God, it's a lot of money. That's over $20,000 just in case I get sick. And I'm trying not to get sick. If I don't get sick, that means $20,000 I done gave y'all. I might as well just go to the hospital and lay up and get some Jell-O and stay for a week. If I'm paying for all that. But that's just in case. So they've been taking that. So now when you're 65 years old, they say, okay, you've been paying into Medicare all this time. That's why I'm 65, 64, next year I'm going to sign up. Now, you all will notice why when you turn 65 years old, why you start getting all this stuff in the mail, like you running for office, like it's a vote or something. All these different companies. Why they don't even know you. You ain't asked for them. They sending all this mail. Then they start calling you. How they got your number? They calling you all. How they got that? Let me tell you something. It's about money. That's why we call this show Understanding Money. That's why I keep telling you, man. And all you're getting, get what? Get understanding. Knowledge is good, but you got to understand it. And you got to have some wisdom. Because you don't want to be no educated fool. They done tricked a lot of us. We got so much student debt. We got master's degree. Ain't master at nothing. PhD. Some of us walking around with doctor. I'm like, you medical doctor? No, I'm just a doctor. Doctor of what? PE doctor. I'm a doctor of PE. Oh, I'm physical ed doctor. Let me stop. Linda said nothing. I'm a doctor in PE. Okay. Okay, let me get back, because they have to keep me on track. You know, I'm a simple person, I really am. So so when this whole medical, so they start sending you stuff. Why they sending you? Because let me tell y'all something. It's quick. I want y'all to remember this. When you sign up for Medicare, whether it's Humana or AFMAD or Simply, and it's every year like more new companies coming on. You know why? Because the government says anybody that starts a Medicare business, private business, for everybody you sign up, minimum, we're going to give you $1,200 a head. That's better than real estate. Who talking about investing in real estate to have houses and rental property? If you got real estate, you got to deal with the toilets, the tenants not paying. But if you got a Medicare business, guess what? Anytime you sign them up, you get $1,200 a head. And guess what? The sicker they are, you get $1,500, $1,600. Now, if they come to the hospital or not, they sign you up. You is money. They are competing for your dollar. And you ain't paying them. Guess who paying them? The government. The government pay them. That's why they call you. They offer you dinners. Some people Some people sign up for a Medicare program because they give them Medicare and Pedicare. Some people sign up because they give you a ride home. So Medicare, right now, the Medicare Advantage Center, all the private companies are like, you know how you get advertisement from Publix or Winn-Dixie or Cool advertisements? They coming and it's like they got what they have on sale. Each year, each Medicare program have things on sale. One might say, hey, you get free lunch. One may say, hey, your high blood pressure, you don't pay nothing for your high blood pressure. You don't pay nothing for your cholesterol pill. You go to the doctor free, and you sign up for that because your friends sign up for that. But listen, if the washer don't get you, the rinse will. If they tell you that you get $500 a year for glasses, one Medicare program will tell you sign up for them, they'll give you free implants. You know, a lot of people need implants nowadays, right? You get a free implant, not all of them, because you know they cost a lot. So they'll say they'll give you 2 free per year. You can get 2 teeth implanted free. This year, next year you get 2 more. Y'all do the math how long it's going to take you to get them all. might be a while for some. But that's one company, and they getting a lot of business. Now check this out. Now you get them implants, but your high blood pressure costs you $100 a month. So the washer don't get you the rinse and wheel. Government give it, they take it away. They always get you somewhere. You got to figure out, is that good for you? Now, if you don't have high blood pressure, then you don't worry about, you get your implant because the high blood pressure is going to cost you, but you don't have high blood pressure, so you get the implant. But if you got high blood pressure and you get the implant, you may drop dead. I don't know. You got to do y'all know what I'm saying. So each of those companies have products or medication at different prices, some of it free, some of it not. That's what it's all about. And they are competing for your bodies. That's what they're doing. And once you sign up for one, each year they change what's on the menu. Now the government know an 80-year-old, 85-year-old ain't getting ready to read all those different companies. That's like all the football teams, you learning all of their plays. You don't know what the Dolphins gonna do, what the Chiefs gonna do, how they run. You don't know they scheme. How you gonna know what all these different Medicare programs gonna offer, what good and what's not good, and what they got on sale and what's not on sale? It's different. It's 100 of them. And they all get you confused. And the government know that you don't have nobody giving you advice other than the people that's calling you. They gonna tell you anything to get that $1,200 or $1,500 a month. You get a nice lady, call good, come to your house. Hi, sir, nice shirt you got on. Why don't you sign up? We'll give you a free ride. And your cholesterol pill costs double. But you get to go to the gym. See, that's confusing. So that's what Medicare is. Okay, now I'm gonna give you another. So understand? So now you know why they're calling you and competing, right? And then the other thing about it, Whoever you sign up for this year, guess what? You can go to somebody else next year. Did y'all know that? They say 90% of people that have Medicare have the wrong plan. They pay too much. They have the wrong plan because people don't want to read all them different plans. So that's why you call the Henderson Financial Group. 305-825-1444. Why? Because we have to read all those plans and we'll tell you which plan is based good for you now. Now, just because you come in with your cousin don't have no high blood pressure. He don't have gout. Your cousin don't have a bad heart. Your cousin don't have, a sugar, as they say. I told one client, he's young, I said, do y'all have sugar? And they started laughing. They said, Miss Henderson, you is old. They don't say it. Don't call it sugar no more. I'm diabetic. They said, you really is dating yourself.
But Rob, the one thing before you go to your next one, so that you don't think that this is a setup or a trick, when you call to get counsel, guess how much it's going to cost you when you call the Henderson Financial Group?
Yes.
Just anybody want to guess? Yes.
$0.
That's why we're here. That's why we yes, you, just like Robert said, all these different people trying to get you for Medicaid out there trying to get you to say, I'm a financial planner. Now, he told you in the beginning what kind of financial planner he was. Certified financial planner. And when he talked about, I was hoping that he would say, when he said that there's only 80,000 in the country, do you know how many people in this country? 360-some million. And then when he said there's only 1,200 who look like him. And the reason that he is where he is and how he wins the way he wins is because he knows the principles and the laws that says, give and it shall be given unto you. Full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. When you understand that, and when you recognize that there's someone who not only looks like you, but someone who believes in truth and laws, that's why you would be interested in the Henderson Financial Group.
Right. So when you talk to Antonio, he's going to ask you who your doctor is and going to ask you what medication you're taking. Because, now I'm going to tell you something now. Some of y'all like your doctors and y'all been with them doctors for 10, 20 years. And y'all don't want to change them doctors, but I'm going to let you know now, the doctors love money more than they love you. I'm going to say it again. The doctors are in business. The doctors love money more than they love you. You ever see a football, a basketball team, and they go, oh my God, they traded him. They traded him. They will trade you for business. It's business. It's business. You like them. She like you. But you don't have no job. It's just business. It's business. And that's what happens. Your doctor may like you, but your doctor may take this plan, may take Humana, or a Care Plus, or AFMED. Used to take Simply, but now Simply don't pay him as much, even though it's good for you, but Simply don't pay him as much. So he tell you, you got to come in and switch to these plans, because these plans pay him. But you're going to go with him because you love your doctor. Now, you go with the doctor because these plans is who he with. Because the insurance company paying him big money. The plan you got, who he used to have and he used to take, don't pay him as much. Now, that plan that you have, you don't pay for your high blood pressure. But the new plans, I'm sorry, if you want to come to me, the doctor, you got to pay for the high blood pressure. Because this company paid me more. Isn't that something? Man, business is something, man. The more I learn about it, the more I say, man, things keeping me on point. Got to go to the next one. Okay, so that's Medicare. And remember, you could change anytime you want to. So if you don't want to read all that stuff, all you got to do is say, I'm going to call somebody who do read it all. And tell me, report back to me, this is what I take, this is what I have, which one is the best for me. Now, why is he going to tell you? Because the government going to pay him $600. They don't care who plan you pick. They're going to pay him $600. You don't have to pay, okay? All right, so y'all got that Medicare? That's our Medicare. Okay, Now, before I jump out of it, I want to give you, most things come in three: good, better, best, right? Never let them rest until the good become your better and your better become your best. Small, medium, and large. Although now they got extra larges. And extra larges, you know, that's the food, right? But anyway, y'all get the point. In Medicare, you have the Medicare, the red, white, and blue card. As soon as you turn 65, you get that. Really, that's like having regular gas in your car. Medicare is like, you see that gas? You have regular, mid-grade, and premium. Well, the regular gas is the red, white, and blue card. You ain't want to hear from nobody. You just got America's basic plan. That's like having a car with roll-up windows and no air, no nothing, just strip. That's what the basic red, white, and blue card is. It's 80-20. You go to the hospital, it's $10,000. You got to pay 20%. They pay 80%. The bill comes to $50,000. You got to pay $10,000. That's it. All right? That's what a lot of people have because they don't understand the whole Medicare system. They have the red, white, and blue, and that's it. They don't want nobody calling them, but they getting regular gas. Now, the middle gas is the Medicare Advantage plan. That's the fastest growing plan. That's the plan I'm going to get. Okay? That's like a hybrid, a little bit of regular gas, a little bit of premium gas. The middle gas, that's what I drive right now. I like that middle gas. And then, so that's a Medicare Advantage plan. To give you all kind of free stuff, all kind of good stuff. That's the best plan, I think. Now, then you have the high test, the premium gas. In Medicare, that's what they call a supplemental plan. You know what a supplemental plan is? That's the most expensive plan. That's because you got a house in New York, and you got a house in California, you got a house in Florida. And anywhere you want, and you want to be, anywhere you are, you want to just walk in the doctor and tell them, serve me, doctor, because I got a Medicare supplemental plan. That's for a lot of wealthy people. Now, if you ain't got nobody, if you ain't wealthy, you ain't got no business having that kind of plan. You bragging about you got a supplemental plan, it costs you $300-400 a month. But like Linda say, what? She said, what if you travel a lot? Then, yeah. So what if you travel a lot? If you got a Medicare Advantage plan, you got to stay in your area, your group, right? You got your doctor. You got to stay with your doctor, right? But what if you got a daughter who lives in California and you're going to go there and stay 6 months? Then you go there. If it's an emergency, your Medicare Advantage plan will serve you anywhere as long as it's an emergency.
Okay.
But if it's just because you want to do a checkup, you can't use yourself.
Fly back home.
You got to fly back home. But if it's emergency, you're good anywhere. You know what I mean? So that's what the Medicare supplemental plan. Most agents, guess what the one they want to sell you? The supplemental plan. So they tell you can go anywhere. All right? But if you ain't going, you ain't going all water. We ain't worldly, so you're okay, okay? All right. So that's the Medicare. Now, what's the other one I said I want to talk about? What I said I was? Annuities.
Mm-hmm. Would that annuity include, because I do want us to get, we only have a few more minutes, even though we're going to be here, but we've got about 11 minutes. Which one would you want to go with, the annuity or the universal index? Which one do you think is best for first?
Both of them good.
Okay, that's what. That's what.
So your
choice. Okay,
let's go to annuity. Okay. Any of y'all ever heard of? Have anybody y'all heard what is an annuity? Do y'all basically know what an annuity is? Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Tell us what's the annuity, Ron.
Okay, so y'all know what Social Security is, right? Once you turn Social Security at age 62, that's the minimum, which they'll penalize you because you're getting it early. It's guaranteed stream of income for the rest of your life. That's what Social Security is. But that's just words. We like what it do. They call it Social Security, but they could have called it grapes. We like what grapes do. As long as it pays us monthly. Annuity is like they might as well call that Social Security too, but it's private. When you have an annuity, you put money in lump sum, or you can put money in monthly or yearly, however you want to. when you put money there, at some point in time, you say, I want you all to pay me back all that money and then pay me as long as I live. Even if I gave you 100,000, but I live for another 100 years, I want you all to pay me 3,000 a month. And you got to keep paying me because it's a contract. That's what an annuity is. It's like Social Security. It continue to pay you as long as you live. When you put money in annuity, so a lot of people have money in banks.
Whoa. Say what?
A lot of people have money in banks because they want the safety. They're scared of the stock market, and I get it.
Well, Robert, if they have money in the bank, what does the bank do with their money?
Well, when you have money in the bank, anytime you put money in the bank, you really not saving money. You're really lending your money to the bank.
Wait, say that again, Rob. When you put money in the bank, you're not saving your money. You're doing what?
It's a loan. It's lending. The reason why you know it's a loan is because they pay you interest. And anything that pays you interest, there's a loan component somewhere in there. If they paying you interest, that means a borrowing has taken place.
Wait, Rob. But now, what they pay me in interest is what? What does the bank? When I put my CD and my money into that bank, what kind of money do they give me back?
Little or nothing. Little or nothing. And then when you put money in the bank, the government tell the banks whatever deposit a saver has put in the bank can leverage it 10 times. So let me tell you what that means.
Go ahead.
If you put $1,000 in the bank today, the next day on the bank's book, they can say they got 10,000. And they can lend out 10,000 in paper money and IOU and credit cards and charge interest on what they call fiat money, which is make-believe money. So if you put $10,000 in the bank, you just help the bank lend out 100,000 to customers. They ain't giving 100 greenbacks unless they're drug dealers. So everything electronic, everything, mental, everything is on paper, everything is IOU, everything is an honor system. But if you got $20,000 in the bank and the bank giving you 29 cents a month interest,
wait. The bank giving me what?
29 cents.
29 cents.
And you got to pay tax on that 29 cents.
And you got to pay tax on that 29 cents. Okay.
Yeah. So then the bank take that money and they leverage it 10 times. And they lend it to people and they charge them 18%, 28% on a credit card. So your Bank of America credit card, your Chase credit card, your Wells Fargo, all that. You look at credit card and credit card interest, 18%, 17%. That's somebody who done put the money in the bank and the bank leveraging. That's better than drugs. So when you have money in the bank, you lending money because they give you interest, a little bit of interest, but you're a lender and the bank's a borrower. And the bank lend money not to people who need money. Banks' rule is to lend money who already have money. So banks set up in your neighborhood and take the deposits from the people who really have no money and lend it to the people that got money. That's the way banks work. Isn't that amazing? And then you say, man, I want to save my bank. I got $100,000 in the bank. Well, you just help the bank leverage $1 million. And you go to the bank. One man say $100,000 in the bank. He went to the bank to get a loan, and the bank said, no, you don't qualify. He said, well, I want to borrow $50,000. Well, you don't qualify. Man, so I got $100,000 in the bank. Well, you got to take your own money because we ain't lending you our money. That is banking. That's banking. Now, why do I like CDs? Why do I like, not CDs, but why do I like annuities? Right now, you can get a 3-year annuity for 4.8% interest on your money. If you want to put it inside of an annuity is better than a CD because you don't pay taxes, can't lose your money, it's insured. I always tell people, next to God, insurance companies have the most money on the planet. I'm going to say it again. If you want to know who got all the money, first God, right? Second, insurance companies. Don't ever forget that. Banks borrow money from the insurance company. They don't let you know. Ain't none of your business. The insurance companies, they not on every corner talking about come in. No. Insurance company get your money because your house ain't burned down and you don't get the money no more. That money gone. If you've been driving, you're a safe driver, and you've been paying for that auto insurance, and you ain't getting no accident, next year they ain't giving you no money back. That money gone. That's why they have the money. If you put your money in the bank, the bank owe you the money because you lent it to the bank. So now you can see how the insurance company have way more money. So that's why I like annuities. Annuities is something like it's like Social Security. You put $100,000 in an annuity and say, okay, I want you to pay me back $1,000 for the rest of my life. I like that because you get a flow of income. So even if you don't have $100,000, you can start putting $100 a month away, or $500 a month in an annuity. You ain't never got to lose a dime, and you have access to the money. That's what annuity.
Whoa. You mean to tell me if I put that money in and I see a property like that house boarded up and I want it, I can go back to that annuity and I can take the money out?
That's right. That's what annuity. And they got different type of annuities now. There you go, that 3 again. Remember good, better, best, regular gas, mid-grade, premium gas. Annuity they come in 3s too. You got a fixed guaranteed principal annuity that tells you exactly we're gonna pay you 3%, 5%. We're gonna tell you what we're gonna pay you every year, and you ain't gotta pay tax on it. As long as you don't take the money out, it'll just keep compounding. You can get a 3-year annuity, a 2-year annuity, a 5-year annuity. The ones that give you 20% bonuses, you got to keep it in there for 10 years. Listen, a man called me yesterday. A banker had this man was sitting in the bank. It was Bank of America, and the banker called me and said, Robert, this guy has money in the bank, and he ain't gonna make no money. So I told him to call you, and so he can get a better rate. So I talked to the man, and I said, how much you have? He said, I don't have much. I got $38,000. I say, okay. They're going to match. So in other words, you put in $38,000, and 20% of $38,000, they're going to give you $7,600 on top of the $36,000 just for signing up. So you're 78 years old, you going to buy a house? What, the house, 30-year mortgage? 15-year mortgage? But you don't want to have your money saved and safe where you can. Plus, they're going to give you 20% match every time you put in. Oh, you know, a lot of people be talking about stuff too long, but me and Linda like that too long stuff, don't we, Linda? Oh, yeah. Because we bought property, in 2004. We bought a lot. For $40,000 in 2004.
5 lots.
There's 5 lots? There's 5 lots.
5. In
2004. And how much the people calling us that said that we want to sell it for how much?
1.5 million, something like that.
Now, 2004, how many years has that been? That's been 18 years? What is that? 18 years ago. Now,
Seemed like yesterday.
Time is flying. Here this man, 78 years old. He'd rather get 29 cents.
Does he have access to the money if he wanted to borrow from it?
Yes, he do.
So he still have access.
Yes, he does.
He didn't understand.
No.
No?
No. That's right.
You talked to him. So maybe it was just the fear part.
No, remember you not only do you need the knowledge, you need the other 2 sisters. You need wisdom, and you need sister. The other sister name, what's her name? Understanding. He only had one. Boy, it's hard to get through this world with just one.
Rob, that knowledge is facts. Now, everybody in here knows, we old enough to know that facts ain't got to be true. They just a fact. Okay? So you get facts, and then you get understanding. That's comprehension. Now, we all know that we don't all comprehend alike. Okay? And then you've got that wisdom, which is application. Okay? So when you get to that, but the beautiful thing that God has done is that if we will do the wisdom, we'll find out if what we comprehended was true and if those facts were true. And when you learn that lesson, now you can tell somebody that's gonna do what I did by, I'm debt free, and I met somebody who said, wait, there's something better. And I said, I want highest and best use. And when I was wise enough then not to go out and try to buy a property in the Bahamas, because you have to, in the Bahamas, someone lives there have to own 51%.
Yeah, that's right.
But hey, I began to invest 1980 with this gentleman. 1980, a property that I still own today, and the property that I still own today is in an area that's the highest elevated area in Dade County. And they want it like they want to breathe air. So I'm not that smart, but God is that good. If we will be in obedience, if we will serve, I tell them it's the A and B. If you're going to abide and believe, he'll give you the C, which is to confess. Because if you abide in his word and believe, hey, you can turn around and confess how great he is.
Absolutely. And I think for me, the biggest part is overcoming the fear. Because even when I bought my first piece of property, the pushback I got, even from family, was, aren't you afraid? Aren't you afraid nobody's going to rent the other side of your duplex? Now we fast forward and now we're building buildings. Aren't you afraid? Aren't you afraid? My thing is, if I see other people doing it, why can't I? And so I go out. We have a developers academy. I'm the incoming chairwoman of our Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. I am hashtag just wisdom and wealth. So we do a lot of stuff. We do it, and there's no charge for it. I just know that it can be done. We are a powerful people. And if we see other folks doing it and coming to our community, come on, y'all. Don't sell Big Mama lot. Don't do it. And now they've got so many zoning changes. The reason why they're trying to buy out 5 lots for $1.5 million, because you can go up 9 stories now. Everything changes with time. 10 years really does, it flies by, for real, James.
Okay, we're going to end our broadcast today. I think we may have gone. Did it go out? Okay, good. Well, we'll make sure it's off, because no, it was just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it was just a few minutes.
Yeah, you can close that down. Yeah. Okay. But I think it was the perfect timing. So Rob, what I really want to do, and I didn't get a chance to say this on the broadcast, but I really do appreciate our being here, and I don't want us to be here and you not get an opportunity to ask questions, to make comments, whatever it is, because this is what this gentleman. I don't just love him; I like him. God calls us to love everybody, but there's some people you just love and you don't like, or you love them from afar. Well, this is a gentleman that I do support his business, and Ms. Harris, and we worked on projects, and we're working on projects because we truly do believe that God has blessed us to be a blessing to these communities that we serve. So I don't know if we can get a mic out, Mr. IT. Or we don't need a mic. If there's anybody that has a question or would like for him to speak on anything in particular. Yes, sir. Your name, please.
Well, it's two types. You can take out. We prefer you do a life insurance policy, but if not, you can also do a mortgage insurance policy for the mortgage to be paid off, right? But we prefer the life insurance policy. And then I didn't really get a chance to get into it. We got 10 minutes. I can go into the life insurance.
How's your schedule here, sir? Whoever's in charge. Oh, okay. Well, we got 10 minutes then. Okay, we got time. Okay.
So we like to back that strategy up because it's a government program, and we like to back it up with life insurance because then we have our cake and eat it too. We can have our cake and eat it too. We can have the equity, keep the house, do whatever you want to do, and then when you make your transition, the insurance company will pay off the mortgage, and it goes back, leave to the loved ones. And we just want to use what you have.
And now, when Robert says that, that's why you need the planning, because you want to plan for this. See, because mama don't have a will, I got 7 siblings, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. But since I was the senior, I said, oh, no, no. Before Mama ever leaves here, we're going to attorney. I'm going to get with a financial planner. We're going to have a trustee. We're going to be set up. I'm the oldest son, the youngest son. That's where the planning comes in. And that's what, see, a lot of, well, I can remember, and I got to recognize the brothers from Mount Olive, because Dr. Carter was a powerful, powerful, powerful man. He taught us. And he said, grow where you're planted. I used to go up and meet with this gentleman in his office, just he and I. He's, Brother Thomas, we need to do lunch. And he opened up to give to those that I guess God had shown him that they had a concern and they had something that they could give to the community. Radio is not who I am. Radio is just what I do. And when I can meet people like Robert and Linda, who will aid me in giving a message to the community, I check one, two. Yeah, when I can meet Robert and Linda, that can help us. That's what I want to do. So I'm just saying to you, please, please, the Henderson Financial Group, you can go Google them, but all of them, call, set up an appointment. Now, call him and check one, two. You ain't gonna call him and get him. You're gonna call him and he can.
Brother Wooded, can you work with someone that has property? Can you work with one that has property state like North Carolina?
Check. I'll check.
All the time. I mean, we make the world our home. I mean, people that don't look like us, they all over. Man, we in Alabama, North Carolina, Georgia, Ohio. Man, we can drive there, fly there.
Yeah, and let me tell you another thing that this gentleman does. He networks with other agencies. He turned me, for those of us who have businesses, tell them about the young lady.
Yeah, Larissa, in terms of taxes. Because a lot of people get killed in taxes, and you may think you know what you're doing in taxes, but I promise you, you don't know what you're missing. So we work with certified tax coach. I'm a certified tax coach, but I'm smart enough not to be my own certified tax coach. So we work with like Larissa. She's in Atlanta, and she's the bad mama jam. I mean, you see this stuff and all that real stuff that in the tax code, she knows it. I know it too, but she works it every day. I do planning. So that's who, whether if you got a business and you paying taxes, you doing the wrong thing. If you got a side business and you paying taxes, you doing it wrong. You don't know what you're doing. Whoever doing your taxes don't know what they don't know. All right? So we, and that's very powerful because most of us don't know that we don't know what we don't know. We just don't. And that's extremely powerful. That's what we up here, we in search for things that we don't know.
Real estate.
People want things that know. Search for things that we don't know about. That's what we don't know about. That we don't know.
Real estate question. If by chance, you inherit take to you current. So is it wise to own property to get someone responsible, one of your siblings, to sign their name to the deed now, so when it's time for them to take over, they'll remain at same millage?
Absolutely. So if I heard you right, while the person is able to, go ahead and add your name to the deed. So if that person transitions, you're already on the deed and there's no need for an increase in taxes or millage. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make sure the person that you put on your deed is responsible. If they get in an accident and they search their name and say, "Oh, you own property," you know what I mean? So yeah, not a minor. I would never do a minor, or even an adult that's not responsible. But yeah, it's a good idea.
And let me say, that's what's so important about us who have older parents. You know, I mean, they don't, talking about when I die, you don't like talking about it? Robert has a favorite saying, you wake up dead. But, right. Okay. So, and we know that the only thing we know that the only thing that won't be working is that body. Because we believe it. We know that to be absent from the body is to be present. So, you know, hey, we just go to a place, but we don't do preparation. We don't do planning. You know, like I said, you got any brothers and sisters like me, you got to do planning. If you don't do planning, plan for a problem. That's what you get. That's what I am.
First question on the annuities. I watched a lot of Christians, and they're always talking about their annuities. Is there a difference between what church annuities are or secular annuities? I call it secular.
Well, annuity is annuity. It protects your principal and it gives you a stream of income. But they have three different type of annuities. They have the fixed guaranteed principal annuity, where you is what you get, and then they have the variable annuity, which I don't like. Variable annuities mean that your principal can go up and down like the stock market. I don't like variable. Most brokers, advisors sell variable annuities because they get more commission. And then you like the one that I do like, the middle one. I like that middle one. Give me balance. It's a hybrid. It's called the index fixed principal annuities. So that's the one that I like. That's the one that I usually refer to my mother-in-law and my mother and myself, and the hybrid, you know, where you can't lose a dime, and if the market goes up, your money go up, but if the market goes down, your money stay. So I like that one, you know. So that's a fixed annuity. But if you hear Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman, a lot of them, they hate annuities, but they're talking about the V annuity, the variable annuities. It's like having a variable mortgage. You don't know what your payment going to be from one time to I don't like that. So I stay away from variable annuities. Stay fixed or index annuities. And if you want to know more about them, just call our office, 305-825-1444, and schedule some time with me. Now, some people, you know, call all at one time, and they say they want to talk to Robert, but, you know, you can't go to your barber and just walk in unless he's a sorry barber. You know, you go to a restaurant, a good restaurant, you got to have a reservation, or you got to, you know, but if ain't nobody never there, something wrong. And you can just walk in. So if you call me, if I'm always available, that means I ain't doing nothing right. So most of the time, I'm in surgery. In other words, I'm working, helping somebody. But if you say, listen, I want to see you Thursday at 3 o'clock, or I want to call you at Friday at 4 o'clock, or Saturday at 11 a.m. Well, 11 a.m. we still in there, right, on Saturday. But you call and you can set up time.
This is just, I hear the government talking about hiring 97,000, 87,000 new IRS agents. Do you think that's going to affect how businesses be able to do their taxes, or will you think it'll be the same? I know you don't know for sure, but what's your educated guess?
One thing you can be assured of, if you don't have a planner, a tax strategist, hey, they got you. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Got you. And that's what we have to do. We just say, oh, I want to do my taxes because I want to see how much I'm going to get back. I pray that we have gone beyond that, but sometimes, oh, my cousin does my taxes. I can't, I can't do that. And we should not. Reach out to somebody, because if you hire someone to do that you can trust and do for you what you can't do for yourself, you got greater gain. And it may not be so much in your return. It may be in how much you pay. So, like I said, some people look at the glass and say, oh, that glass half full, but they don't see the man holding the pitcher that is full poured into the glass. That's just how much he poured into it. So there's more to come. And I love this. I love this because I do believe the more we give, the more we get, and the more God can trust us with that He's given us. And every one of us has a gift. So the question becomes, what are you doing with your gift?
So, first of all, that 97,000 agent, that's not true. That's propaganda. And besides that, if we just heard that they're going to hire more police officers, the only ones who will be afraid is the crooks. Right? If you just hear, man, they're going to hire more police officers, if we good people, law-abiding, we go, oh, Lord, we in trouble. No. Now, if you're a crook, I don't care if they hire a million IRS agents. If you're doing the right thing or doing the good stuff, then you're okay. So, no, first of all, that's a myth to scare you. And the world is full of fear. You know, the world is full of fluff. I'm at 64 years old. Man, I tell you, I done seen something. I ain't seen, a lot of y'all seen more than me. But I tell you, it's a lot of fluff. The simplest stuff is where the action is, the simplest stuff, you know? I mean, like water. When I grew up, man, we were poor. We ain't had nothing. Everybody wanted pop or soda or sweet lemonade or sweet something. You know, nobody ain't want no water. You drinking water, you was poor. Now water costs more than the pop. Water costs more than the soda. The best thing you should be drinking is what? Water. Simplest thing, man. I tell you, it circles around, man. They really Jedi mind us on things and stuff and value and what's important. Red bottom shoes. You gonna walk on the ground. I would never buy no red bottom shoes unless I'm gonna keep them in the air. Well, I'm gonna walk on them, or I'm gonna walk on the street. That makes no sense to me. I'm gonna walk on the street. Red bottom, I better have some carpet down there. Well,
You're stepping on toes.
I'm a simple man.
Stepping on some toes with your red bottom.
Talking about taking money out of your talking about.
Well, there's different styles. You can do reverse mortgage, which I like. Most people are afraid of them. White people love them. Been doing them for 50 years. That's how they got more money, and black people don't understand them. When you do a reverse mortgage, they don't want your property. People don't want your property. We do a lot of reverse mortgage. We don't actually do it. We tell you people that can do them, and we look over and make sure the interest is right. But reverse mortgage is a good thing if you know how to use it. If you know how to use it. Almost everything. I mean, it's like a gun could be a good thing if you know, if a grizzly bear behind you. You know what I mean? But if a gun on a coffee table at a kid's party, it's not a good thing. Everything is how you use it and how you do it. We study this thing called the science of getting rich.
Look out there.
And the whole of it is doing things in a certain way. The next more vague and so, more vanity. But it's not. It's doing things in a certain way. That's the only, people come to me all the time, Henderson, what's the best thing to invest in? Depends on where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. It's like going to the grocery store and saying, hey, Walmart manager, what's the best thing to buy out of here? Some pork chop. Whole Walmart, what's the best thing to buy? Pork chop. Well, I'm a Muslim. Well, I ain't a Muslim, but what if you are a Muslim? You know what I mean? And you don't eat pork, right? You can't ask nobody what's the best. Ooh, me or Linda. It's going to be different things.
Yes, sir.
All right. When you say invest in rental property, do you invest them in your personal name or start an LLC?
Oh, yeah. Here we go, Rob.
You can always start off with the LLC, but then you get the mortgage in your personal name, and then you flip it to the LLC. But the LLC is a limited liability. You want to have real estate and limited liability because these lawyers need money. And they're ready to sue anybody for somebody slip and fall, and people need money. So we get property, we always set it up in we probably need first in our names for the mortgage, and then we'll flip it to an LLC. LLC is like having a umbrella of protection. It's just a limited liability in case somebody slip and fall and want to sue.
But when you buy it and have a mortgage on it, you can't switch it to an LLC until it's paid off, right?
No, that's not true.
Oh, you can?
So most people get advice from people who not rich.
Say what you said? I didn't. You got cut off on the end of that.
Most people get advice from other people who not rich.
Okay. So And that, when Robert talks about the teachings, and we love that because we love studying and we love reading. And there's a movie coming out, by the way, called Think and Grow Rich. Have y'all seen that promoted on TV? They're doing a movie on it. But that book was written in the 20s probably, I think it was. Wasn't it, Robert? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And to be honest with you, that was the first book in my life that I ever read. And we, so studying and reading, because truth, we always have a rule, and we say, man make rules and call them laws, but God make laws and laws rule. You don't have to go to court if you break God's law. The judgment is in the law. Okay? But if you break the law that man made, that he called rule, he called a law, he going to send you before a judge. But if I pick this up, the law says it ain't going to go up. I can look up, but that's a law. God made that law. And if we would understand those laws and principles that God made, hey, we can use it in all of our walk.
I believe, real quick, the
Okay.
gentleman that asked about changing it to a LLC, every mortgage has a clause called a due on sale clause. Meaning if you change the name, if you sell it, then my money is due. I've bought more than a dozen properties in name, converted to a LLC. Long as you pay on time and you don't mess with them people money, they won't mess with you. I've is in my name, did a quick claim deed or a special warranty deed to a LLC.
Okay, I think okay. We're over time here. I want to show respect. Okay.
Speaker Smith just informed me the next presenter isn't here, so you have the time.
Oh, okay. How's your schedule? Okay. All right. Well, since we have the time, I want Robert. How are our mics? We need a battery or anything? Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Okay.
Yes.
Rob, talk about that universal.
Okay. The life insurance today is not your life insurance of old. When we think about life insurance, I remember growing up, my mother used to have a guy come to the house, white man. He was a debit insurance, and you pay for $1,000 life insurance, and by the time she died, she'd be done paid $10,000. That's kind of gone now. Oh, cool. Yeah.
What about Colonial Penn? $9.99.
Yeah, that's
What's
still
my
around.
price? $9.99. No exam. $9.99.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That is true. You now when you do a Colonial Life and they tell you nobody can be denied
right. Up to 85 years old.
up to 85 years old, the deal is when you go behind the curtain, if you die in the first 2 years, they ain't paying you nothing.
Zero.
They don't tell you that. So that's why they don't have to take no blood, urine, no exam. You can be a crackhead and get that. But if you die in the next 2 years, they don't give you nothing. And then after that, if they give you a $10,000 policy, in 10 years, you done paid $10,000. So you self-insure. So the best thing you can do if you get one of them, no blood, no urine, no medical, and you get a $10,000 policy, you win if you die after 2 years, but before 10 years. Because 10 years, you done gave all them $10,000. All right? And that's something, well, I tell you, life is so full of fluff, man. You got to read between the lines.
Here's something else that I'd like for Robert to speak on too, because we have to forget. Most of us don't think about insuring our children and our grandchildren. Oh, did you hear that? Hey, I'm one of those people that didn't know nothing about this. But tell them.
Oh, yeah, that's. Every last one of them got insurance. Not because they work, and if they die, I need their money. No. There's a strategy that people that don't look like us been using for a very long time. You got grandkids or kids. You don't have to be insurable yourself. You can get a economic insurance strategy from putting insurance on the kid. Now, check this out. My youngest grandkid, I got 4 of them. The youngest one, DJ, he just turned 5 years old earlier this month. Now, when he was 1 year old, I put like $300,000 life insurance on him. Now, some people might say, why would you ever do that?
Yeah, if you don't live in a high crime area.
No, I don't live in a high crime area. He's pretty safe.
Okay.
But $300,000 on him, first of all, 1 year old, if I pay $5,000 a year, that's like me saving $5,000 a year. I'm the owner of that policy. So in the life insurance policy, there's 3 components. There's the owner, there's the insured, and there's the beneficiary. So why would I do like the Jews do, like they taught me when I worked with them 11 years? Why would I put a $300,000 life insurance on a 1 year old and pay $5,000 a year? First of all, when I'm paying $5,000 a year, it ain't a term insurance. That's a cash accumulation value life insurance. That means that for him, $300,000 life insurance probably might have cost $200 for the whole year. The other $4,800 was going into cash, a savings account. Minimum, it grows at 4%, tax-free forever, better than a Roth. Now just do the math. Plus, on his life, there's $300,000. Now, I hope I die before him, if things right. But I'm trying to live until at least 100. How we gonna live? Yeah, me and James said, you down with 120?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna live to at least 120 over here. I don't know about y'all.
Genesis 37.
Right. So here's a strategy. So now, even after 10 years, I done put in, let's say, $50,000. If everything ever happened, I own the policy. I own the policy. And I've been putting $5,000 a year in it, and that's just with no interest. Last year it got 12%. Tax-free. On that money. And it can never go down. And guess who?
Whoa. Market crash. Market crazy.
Right. This year. If the market go up, it go up. But the market go down, it stays. Whatever principal it get, it locks it and it becomes part of the 5,000. Yeah. So now I got little DJ. He don't know nothing about it. He don't need to know. Because he's what? He didn't what? The insured. He didn't have to take no blood and urine. Because when they under 18 years old, they ain't got to take no medical.
Wait. They didn't have to come to the house. Tell me. Lady told me. She said, Thomas, I thought you take 2 steps. So he don't have to do none of that.
So it's automatic. So I'm saving this money. It's getting more than the bank getting. I can't lose it. I have access to it. But I'm the owner, but he's insured. Why is he insured? Because I use his body. So he good. Okay? Now, in a life insurance plan, I'm the owner. He's insured. I made my daughter the beneficiary, his mother, in case something ever happened to him. But I'm paying. You got that? So now I'm paying, and let's just fast forward 10 years. Let's say I've been paid $50,000. What's probably going to be in there is probably about $70,000, $75,000, because it's going to be done compound and grow. I didn't put that much. I only put in 50. It's worth about $70,000, $75,000. So let's say all of a sudden I need $30,000, just for the hell of it. I want to take a trip. I call up the insurance company, say, send me $30,000. They're going to say, who you is? Are you the owner? I say, you doing too, I'm the owner. Because the insured has no control of the money, and the beneficiary has no control of the money. The owner can change the beneficiary anytime. My daughter make me mad, even though it's her son. I can make y'all the beneficiary. According to how y'all treat me. Because I'm the owner. And that's something. Well, them white people sharp. Them white people job now.
Excuse
You
me.
got to study this stuff, man.
And what if he wanted to start a business? He
question.
turned 18.
That's right. He want to start a business. Listen now. I could also make then sure if he grow up, he 21, he go to college. There's a lot of money in there. Nowadays they ain't marrying anybody. But I'm in the
question.
church, so we gonna keep it straight. You never know what you got, right? But if he 21 or something, he ain't what I like, then I'm gonna keep that money, and it's tax free. But if he did the right thing, and I like the way he going, I'm gonna put his name on and let him be the owner. Keep growing up. I can start paying in 20 years and to pay no more, and that thing gonna keep compounding and grow, and I don't have to pay nothing, and everything keep growing. When that boy get 40 years old, he gonna have over $1 million, tax free. That's better than a 401k. The Jews do that. A lot of people. Matter of fact, this lows in him. So if I was 400 pounds, high blood pressure, gout, diabetes, whatever, I put money. I put 20,000, 50,000. A lot of them in Congress, they put money for their grandkids, their children. They have money. And they say they ain't got no money, and they can swear on a stack of Bible. Good God Almighty. Because you're doing it wrong. Because we here for you, brother. If we ain't here for nobody else, we here for you. Just on that move.
Rob, let me share something else with you. I want y'all to know that there's so much out there. I don't care how much we know and that we're sharing. Robert, tell them how much more there is to know.
Whatever you know, you don't know nothing.
And that's what we don't.
Whatever I know, I don't know nothing. There's more than more. It's like pebble on the beach. That's why I get so excited. Every time we learn something, boy, we get excited.
I say he's an educator, as y'all, you already witnessed. Nobody would do it. I think, was it 2008 we had the bubble burst? Yes. 2008, because of what we were doing with Robert, same person that I had who made probably 3 times more than what I was making at the time. When the bubble burst, he had a hard time. You know the question he asked me? Man, how is it that you didn't ask anybody for any money when everything went down? It was because I was following the advice of this brother right here. And so, I just want to say that when you get Robert, you get a wealth of information. We were because of the last church I was at. I don't know what they did. Forgot what happened. We were in some tax trouble. The person that Robert introduced us to, we're still with that tax person today. We bought a house. What's the name?
Larissa Humphrey.
No, the mortgage broker. Hakeem, no, the Muslim. Hakeem. We're still with him today, and Hakeem had worked with other family members and friends. So I just want to ease and also when he talked about that 10-year thing, my mama had some money. And she said, I need to talk to your man. I said, hold on, mama, he ain't my man, it's my tax. That's my financial. But so my mother's in Tennessee, and and my mother, she's very particular about her money. And after to Rob and his staff there, she signed up for the 10-year annuity. So what he's saying is tried and true. I just wanted to say that before I had to go to Miami.
Appreciate it. This last, anybody? Okay. Last.
Palm Beach. But my question is,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at 62, they knock off 25% of what you're supposed to get. So if the money not tight, if you could hold on, try to get past 62. You look at 65 or if you go to ssa.gov, it'll tell you ssa.gov. It'll tell you if you do 62 versus 64 or 65. It'll tell you the difference. But it depends on, everybody's different too. It depends on if you're sickly. You know, like I got a high school buddy that he had a stroke and had a heart replacement, and he went out at, he said, Rob, man, I'm getting mine at 62. And we just turned 64 and he's still alive. But he didn't know, you know what I mean? So it depends on, you know, your cash flow, if your wife working, if you know, if that's all you got, you don't have no retirement savings, but you needed to pay and survive, then you got to do what you got to do. But if you can hang out, you know, and wait, you know, then it's always better, because if you can get past 65, 60, 66 years old, then you get 8% raise every year. You get 8% more per month. And that adds up, you know what I mean? I'm 64. I'm hanging out until at least 70. At 70, they don't. You got to take it at 70. Yeah. See, he got big money. That's why.
I just do that if I got it, it will be spent.
He got wives. We got wives. So,
We all got one.
so I'm gonna hang out to at least I'm 70. Because if you don't take it at 70, they penalize you. So Warren Buffett, the richest man in the world, he one of the richest. He take it. So they don't care how old you might as well get it. So I like it. But 62, unless you need it, unless you dead in the water, then you have to take it. Okay.
Okay,
One
we're gonna wrap
question.
it up.
Just before I leave, Robert, I just want to say thank you. You and James, before I get turned over to Deacons. Ed Duncan, speak highly of you.
Yeah, well, we want to say thank you so much. And my prayer, we usually end our show with a prayer, unless Miss Linda want to do it. Okay. Yeah, we usually end our show in a prayer. So, Father God, we humbly come before you, thanking you for this opportunity that you have given us to come. We pray that all that we've said and all we've done will glorify you. And we ask you, oh God, to touch each and every one of us that are present and those that are even left, and bless them and their families. But God, truly, we know that these are times that other people call trying. But because we know you, we know your promise. And your promise is that you would never leave us nor forsake us. So we ask that you would just take this prayer and this time as we are saying to you that we're happy and we're grateful now for the many blessings that you have given us in increased quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Continue to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we may be able to serve you and bless your people. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Give him a